Welcome back, everyone, to Raw Reviews, where I huff and I puff and I blow the game down. That's right, I'm talking about The Wolf Among Us. And of course, it's starring my main man Bigsby, trying to solve the whole entire mystery of why all the fables are dying out. And it is, my goodness gracious, a good mystery and a bunch of great set of characters. And just the fact that the characters just are so well developed probably has to do with the fact there's a comic based around The Wolf Among Us already. There's already a established world set pace, and it's just really nice to see characters like the Big Bad Wolf and the Woodsman get more character depth than just simply what we know from the fables. And there's a bunch of other fables out there too that they give more depth to, but for the most part, it's just nice to really see a lot of heads being turned with how the fables are represented compared to how we know the fables are. And it really helps too because the mystery itself is very engrossing, and it's nice to see this little set world have this interesting page turning thing where all the characters are just trying to figure out what happens and how they're all kind of retaliate against the big bad wolf, going like, "Oh, you're the worst person ever," and Bixby really is just trying to get through life, and it's great to really see that. But really, you're just gonna play this game for the story. There's not much else to it. There's very few combat scenes that are not even worth looking into. It's exactly like how Heavy Rain was in terms of just a bunch of action-based time sequences that you had to execute. So it's not really worth going through the whole entire game again just to play those. It's just there to play the story, and if you played it one time, you really don't need to play it any other time. Aside from that, your actions, they don't really matter. I know it says that they do, but they don't. You get like two choices throughout the whole entire game every time, and it's always leading to the same result. And I think the only thing that really affected the story was the fact that you get one character to live in comparison to them not living, and even then they weren't really revisited the way that they probably should have been if your choice really mattered. But aside from all that, it's really sad to see that Telltale still cannot code. Personally, I play this on the Vita, and it's not a demanding game. My Vita ran it okay, and it's just really sad because it crashed one time, and there's just a bunch of loading times. It's ridiculous how much I had to actually wait for this game to load, despite the fact that the majority of it is just like cutscenes and just walking around an area. It's really unfortunate that Telltale still cannot code it for some reason, and the fact that they have it riddled in their other games like The Walking Dead is just really really sad. But those are just kind of like eh. What really kind of upsets me though is the fact that the main bad guy in this entire mystery is not really that great of a main bad guy. He just kind of is randomly there. He doesn't really feel a part of the actual story itself. He just kind of randomly shows up. It doesn't really feel to me that it was a good lead up point to what the main bad should have been. And it really feels that the majority of the case is just that. Wolf Among Us builds a lot of characters for you for no real reason, and it's very sad too because a lot of characters you think would like be worth looking into, like Snow White and uh, Ichabod Crane. They're not really that big into the story. I know the game kind of like sets it to be that way, but you really don't get a lot out of them. They're just kind of one-note-ish characters that just never really evolved to much degree, and it's very unfortunate. But at the very least, this this game does have a good mystery and a bunch of good characters to it, and I think that alone is worth making it a playthrough. But really, you don't need to buy this game. You don't need to do anything else with this game. It's just like you could watch it, honestly. You could watch this game and you get the same dang experience that you would if you played it. And it's kind of sad that a lot of Telltale games are like that, but hopefully the next Wolf Among Us will improve on what we already have. Because quite frankly, I think we do have a good foundation for what could be a long series, just like the comics are. And hopefully we'll see more of that. So yeah, Wolf Among Us, not so bad. Yeah. Mm. Oh.